Hi, Danny. Thanks for having a chat with me today. How are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Now, I'm going to put together our conversation that we had the other day, so I'll explain this in advance first. So we already had a shot at having an interview, but we had trouble with the audio. So thank you, Danny, for coming back and, doing a replay.
Okay.
And Brendan couldn't make it, but we'll just patch him in till later on, okay? So I'll just give a really quick brief history. Danny joined my course in 2015 and was Danny and Brendan, I should say, because I'm not looking at him, I'm only saying one person now. Danny and Brendan joined the course, and they already had a house that they were ready to renovate on. And Danny was the only person, in fact, in the history of this course, that has ever literally done the lessons and then gone and done the work straight away. So congratulations. You've got that record, okay? The first. But let's just have a quick chat about that, because you brought this house and you brought it quite cheap. It's an ex-housing commission house. So
Yeah.
let's quickly start there. How much did you pay for your house when you first bought it?
Paid 275,000.
Yeah.
That was in late November. It was like the 29th, 30th of November
Yeah.
in 2012.
Right. Okay. So that's like 4 years ago, because
Yeah.
literally yesterday was the 30th, so almost to the day. And
Yeah.
in 2015 was when you did your renovation,
Yeah.
and you spent $11,000,
Yeah.
and currently it's valued at
430 by the bank.
430 bank valuation. Awesome.
Yeah.
So obviously some of that value has been the time that's passed, but
Yeah.
a good deal of it has been the work that you've done, because I know that your house had some amazing transformation, particularly on the outside. The inside, I think there was a few things like the kitchen, stuff that you did in there, which were small things, but they made an amazing difference, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So we don't need to go into all the details, but there's one more detail that everybody should know, and that's that when you did the renovation, tell us about the tenants, because the previous tenants left, but then you got new ones. So tell us about that. And
Yeah, the tenants were much better quality. Both were employed. And we got an extra, I think it was an extra $20 a week in rent as well.
Awesome. Yeah. So that was well worth it. If for no other reason, you got, people that are going to cause you less hassle,
Yeah.
pay their rent on time, and of course they're paying you more. So that's got to help with the mortgage and all the rest of it, right?
Definitely.
So before I go any further, because I know that you got a bigger story to tell, but when you did the course, like I said, you and Danny were, sorry, Brendan, you're Danny. I am tired today, right? I'm going to call everybody the wrong name. You and Brendan were kind of right in there, and you did it straight away. But so obviously you got a lot out of the course. Just give me a little bit of a, brief description that would help somebody else that might be thinking about, should I do this course or not? So in your words.
So I've really got a lot of value out of it for what I paid, and the money that it made me is just, I've made 20, 30 times over. So
Yes.
it's been really good. Like, it showed me what to do, what not to do, where to focus my money. It was just really great value. Like, I wouldn't have been able to do the same caliber of work just figuring it out on my own. So
awesome. That's
happy.
good. So that's a very big plus for anybody that might be thinking about it. The fact that you can 20 times, maybe even more, 30, 40, times your investment, that's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, after all, most courses that we do in life, they don't actually guarantee a return, or they don't really, have a return on investment at least that fast, right?
Yeah, I know.
So,
Very short period of time. It was only about 5 weeks, the renovations.
yeah.
Most of it, the bulk of it was done in 3, and it was just the loose ends in the last couple of weeks. So,
The bits
yeah.
and pieces, finishing off, yeah. All those little things that sometimes need extra thought or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. No, that's pretty good. I mean, all in all, that's a small piece of time, isn't it? In the 4 years that you've owned that property, and it's just changed everything. So we talked about what the course did, and then, where you started and all the rest of it. But I think there's something bigger that's come from it. And that's that I know that when you did the course, you guys wanted to obviously increase your equity and, do other things, get a better quality tenant, property, all of the above. But what's happened to you now as a result of getting that equity? Just tell us a little bit about what your next steps are.
Oh, okay, so the equity, just before I renovated it, I valuation done, and that was a bank valuation, and that was 350.
Yep.
And I've just recently had another valuation done, and it's gone up to 430. So it's put a lot of equity. Into the property. So now I've just used that equity to purchase a new apartment. So
yippee!
Yeah.
and you've got the apartment at the right time and the right place. So,
Yeah.
So you've used this, and let's talk about that apartment a little bit more, because you're really playing this down a bit, Danny. Come on, you've gone from an ex-housing commission house. Tell everyone what the new apartment's about.
All right, so I bought a new apartment. It's a penthouse. It's in the heart of Wollongong. It's about 2 blocks away from the beach. Because I bought it off the plan, by the time it's finished, I'm probably looking at least another $150,000 in equity right there. So
unbelievable. So I think your journey from where you started to where you are now, I know that nobody could ever have imagined that outcome, right? A penthouse in Wollongong,
Yeah.
a couple of minutes from the beach, like, seriously? I think that's the bigger picture here, isn't it? It's like what it can do for you after the renovation. Like, it's what's next and how your mind has expanded. I mean, who'd have thought a penthouse in Wollongong? Seriously. Did you ever think that in a million years?
Well, to be honest, I would have loved to have done another reno, because I kind of got the feel. I really enjoyed the process. I would have loved to have done another one, but this opportunity to buy off the plan and get such a great deal and build my equity was just too good a deal to pass up. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I still think that it doesn't matter. Your journey's not over. You're really young. You and Brendan are young. I mean, this opportunity did present itself. You had done the work, so you had the equity. You were able to accept the opportunity. Because here's the thing. What about if the opposite happened and you said, no, we won't do the course, we won't do the renovation or whatever, where would you be right now? And that was like only a year ago, because we talked about this the other day, like one whole year, and you've just gone from one tiny house to now two houses, and one of them is really a big deal. I mean, and you're going to make a lot of money off that almost immediately once you own it. But
Absolutely.
that's, who says you can't do a reno again after that? Like, you have already increased your equity again, like now. So, the moment that you own that next one, you could just go and get another reno. There's no stopping you now. So I think that's the biggest, for me, when I hear your story, I just go, that's amazing. Like, and I know that, you and Brendan have got so many other things going on in life and all the rest of it. So what I want to do is thank you very much, because I hope that it does inspire somebody else to really, do something with their lives and say yes. Say yes. You've asked for an opportunity, right? And really, you've just shown us that twice when an opportunity has arisen, you've said yes. And, now your portfolio is increasing in ways that you probably hadn't thought possible even a year ago. So congratulations.
Very grateful. Thank you.
And thanks for doing the course. And thanks for chatting to us. Thank you very much, Danny. I really appreciate all your help always. Take care. Hi to Brendan, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye. Bye. You didn't spend very much money. Tell us what you did.
No, we only spent in total about $11,000.
Yeah.
So it was just all cosmetic. We did the painting inside and out.
Yeah.
We sealed a few little problems in the roof and just repainted the roof.
Yeah.
And it was like new.
Yeah, that made an amazing difference, didn't it? Because tell us what the roof looked like before. Brendan, tell us about the roof. Tell us about the cosmetic stuff.
So with the roof,
Yeah.
we actually had an old solar hot water system,
Yes.
which left a bit of damage cosmetically and structurally to the roof.
Yeah.
So having that fixed up properly and then having the roof properly cleaned and then resurfaced,
Yeah.
it made a world of
It
difference.
did, didn't it? It was just astronomical, the difference that it made in the appearance of the house. Now, not because I'm bragging, but hey, you guys really do have the best looking house in the street, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, like you would say that it didn't take a lot really. Like when you think about the big picture, it really wasn't. It wasn't like you rebuilt the whole house. You didn't pull down walls. Tell us what you did. Just run through the list of the things.
So yeah, like I said, so
You
we
did the roof?
painted the interior and exterior.
Yeah.
We changed the lighting. We had some really dated curtains, so we took them down and put all
Block out
the blockout blinds
That's
in.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, we just changed. We had some terracotta tiles in the kitchen, which they really dated the house.
Yeah.
So yeah, we put in the
floor.
we put in the new floor coverings.
And just change the handles in the kitchen.
Yeah, we had like old golden handles in the kitchen cupboard, so we removed them and put in some nice new trendy ones. And
Yeah. And
just
the front garden, really all you did was tidy it up and buy a few plants, right?
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, a bit of bark, a bit of tidying up, because the actual structure of the garden was there. It was just really, trimming a few bushes and just making it visually aesthetic. Now, what about, it didn't cost you very much money, and I remember this, your brickwork was damaged a little bit because it had just years of, like bits of paint where people weren't very good painters and flicked it on the bricks, stuff like that, right? And then you, for a very little amount of money, I can't remember how much you paid, but I remember it wasn't very much, and you painted the brickwork. And what an amazing difference that did to that house.
Yeah, it looks like people that just kind of drove past and looked at it thought it was cement rendered, but it wasn't. It was just the paint. I think you told us to use the Acrolux.
Yep.
And it looks, when you're probably standing maybe 5 to 10 meters away, if you just quickly look at it, it looks cement rendered. And then when you go up really close, you can see it's just paint.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember. That's the thing that makes your house look amazing from on the street, on the road. It does. It looks exactly like it's cement rendered, and with a nice shiny roof on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks cool, doesn't it? It really,
Yeah.
really does. So you didn't do a lot, but you did paint inside, and then you made it aesthetically nice on the outside roof, and so on. Now, I remember that you talked about doing fencing. Did you end up changing any fencing or anything like that? Or
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us about that, Brendan.
Yeah, so we got a ColourBond fence just to separate the front from the backyard. A ColourBond, again, aesthetically pleasing, that matches the colour of the house.
Yeah.
So it all matches. And it, like I said, it causes that, separation between the front and the back. So a lot more privacy as well.
Absolutely. It did do that, didn't it? Because before there was no distinction between the front yard and the backyard. Yeah. So now you guys have that as a rental, right? So that would have made a big difference to the tenants. I'm guessing the fact that it now has a separate front and backyard.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. And so now there's one more thing that I want to ask you. When you did that, I know that you did your renovation in between tenants, right? And you chose that very carefully to, you did the timing really well, like the tenants moved out and you guys got straight in and did the work. So when you got the next lot of tenants, did you end up with a better lot of tenants because of the work that you did?
100%.
Definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
Just the quality of tenants.
Sorry, go on. I missed that.
The quality of tenants are just unbelievably a world of difference.
Yeah. And extra money every week? How much?
Yeah, it's an extra $30
a week.
Yeah.
Excellent. So it wouldn't take very
Covered the money, more than covered the $11,000 loan that we needed to.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're in front as well, even just for the loan repayments, yeah.
Yeah. So you did everything. You just basically got in and did it, and whatever money you invested, you've certainly got it back. Because the other thing is that you can do this again, right? And I know you guys are thinking about doing something else, a little bit different project this time, right?
Yeah.
A newer one, but you're
Yeah.
definitely moving forward with your property portfolio because, you know, these sorts of things get us started, don't they? They get us
Yeah,
excited about, you know, going and finding something new. And
Yeah.
now listen, tell me, because for everybody listening, by the way, so Danny and Brendan's is a really quick success story because they just got in and done it. But tell me what you got from doing the course, because that really helps other people. So,
Yeah,
tell us
I just I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed learning it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the process of, as soon as I learned it, like actually putting it into practice. It's just really rewarding at the end to, you know, to see the before and after photos and, you know,
Yes.
I did that myself. So,
Yeah. And how about
Yeah.
you, Brendan? Because you were there every week on the calls.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Just the insights and to really think about the little things that you may not normally sort of think about,
Yeah.
and just, you know, really thinking about what makes or what has the biggest impact.
Yeah.
That really sort of, I think, helped us along in a way.
Yeah. Do you think that you probably learned a little bit more about the emotional side of like why we do things? You know, because I think that's the thing, isn't it? Like logically, our logical side of our brain says, you know, if we do this, we'll make more money. But the truth is, with houses, it's the other side that draws
Yeah.
us in, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
and it's exactly what you just said: matching fences, little tiny finishes. You know, things that are aesthetically pleasing that
Yeah.
make all the difference. Yeah.
It's funny because the neighbours actually approached the painter when he finished because they were so wowed by how it looked that they actually went to the painter and the painter got 2 more jobs to paint the exterior of their houses.
It's amazing. Do you know what I remember though, Danny? When I visited you guys one day, it was across the road. I think there was a house on a corner, and I can't remember the exact, you know, details of that, but I remember that you guys were working out the front and doing the gardens and, you know, painting and so on, and all of a sudden this whole bunch of activities started to happen across the road, and people were coming and asking you, you know, that's amazing, isn't it? So I'm
Yeah, it
sure
was
that
amazing.
the fact that you guys did it automatically brought up the street as well.
Yeah.
You instigated a change that wouldn't have happened if somebody didn't sort of take that leap. Just tell us one more thing about your street, because I know that it's got a little bit of uniqueness, but the area is very, very close to a high-profile area, isn't it? And it's an ex-housing commission house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But tell us about it's just one suburb. Tell us about that, because people would love to hear this stuff. Go.
So the suburb itself is located probably 2 minutes away from a major shopping centre in Shellharbour. And then Shellharbour City itself is quite a new built-up area. And at the moment, there's not a lot of new land for new builds. So the situation of where it's located at the moment is quite good because it's about 10 minutes south of Wollongong, and again about 2 minutes away from Shellharbour Square or Shellharbour City. So
what a
quite
gold mine you two are going to have in a few years' time, right?
definitely.
Yeah.
I think like I said, the land runs out in the Shellharbour area. A lot of the older houses will be looked to for those knockdown rebuilds and a lot of the renovations as well.
So isn't